And so if the Lord touched you, I don't have a whole list of things except Cathy Bennett.
For once in my life, I'm going ahead of her. So a little history. If those of you don't know me, the 25 years like the Hackenbergs do, I'm not an emotional person. People have tried for years to get me to worship their way in church. Not my thing. So 20 plus years ago, I was told after my wife went down that she would not make it through the night.
They're working on your sound. Mine's getting louder, but
There you
his
go.
isn't.
I was told 20 plus years ago, Angel and Roger were with us, some other friends were with us, that my wife would not make it through the night. The easiest way for Satan to attack me is don't attack me directly. It's attack my family, attack my light. And that's what he's done for 20 years. So fast forward to the Sunday before the Monday event. Cathy had infusions, so we couldn't come to church. She was quarantined. So we're watching it at home, and Michael got a word for somebody in the church. Guess what? That somebody was me. And it was all about your faith tank being empty. So now fast forward to Monday night. There was no doubt in my mind that I was getting in the water. And I could not have asked for the right people to be in the tank with me that night. Between Ray and Elmarie, Roxanne and Rich, I couldn't have planned for better. So I came in the water, and I asked for 4 things: my back, my stomach, my business, but most importantly, I need a faith fill-up, because if I can get that, everything else will fall into place. So the scripture that God brought to me this morning was, and I'm going to warn you in advance, the wife of my youth. This is what's brought my faith, is what he's done for her. So I warn you, Tigger is back.
Our oldest son, he doesn't know which is the bigger miracle, that my cancer's gone or that Dad did everything and wants to participate in giving it. Because he loves God and he prays. But he's private.
Not anymore.
God gave exactly. He thought all the craziness was just for me. Well, y'all know I've been walking this journey. First of all, I have to say, even if you didn't come prepared for baptism this morning, I didn't come the first time. Get in anyway. We got towels, we'll cover you. I had jeans and a white t-shirt on the first night. Isn't that lovely at a church service? But you know what? It doesn't matter. Because we're here for Jesus. And I got in the water 3 times. The first night I asked for my leukemia to be healed. I was diagnosed March the 2nd with acute myeloid lymphoma, blood cancer. Started infusions immediately, once a month, had a few months off. I've lost about 45 pounds this last year. So as God heals my stomach, anybody small, I got some nice clothes. God hasn't healed my vanity, okay? Anyway, the first time Pastor Todd was here, I got in the waters the first night and I asked for my leukemia to be healed. I got out and I know that he touched me. And I gave a praise report. I went in Tuesday night, same thing. And the words that God's been giving me through different people, it's just been amazing. You know, my veins lighting up because God was restoring the new bone marrow. I mean, just words. It is finished. Michelle made me every conceivable t-shirt, sweatshirt I could wear. It is finished. Because I was walking it out. I told you I was waiting for the hematologist and oncologist to catch up. Well, they caught up. So I came on Monday night knowing we were going to get in. And I came to get my stomach and my back healed. My back has been killing me. I haven't been able to worship or do the things. And eating is just, it's just been a joke. When y'all called fasting, the first thing, of course, my husband, Cincy Huber, leans over and goes, you know, you got to figure out something else. That cracker and sure is not enough to give to God for it. Because that's not real sacrifice, babe. So I fasted other things. But you know what? God met us in the water on Monday because God not only let us be in it together, but he showed up in such a way. And I know that those of you who was watching, I have no idea what it looked like. I was down, we were down. We were up, we were down. But you know what? God did it. I had a PET scan on Wednesday. It was scheduled because of my back pain and my organs. The doctor thought it was in my back and my organs. So I had the PET scan on Wednesday. Thursday morning, the technician called me and said, Mrs. Bennett, there's a problem. What do you mean there's a problem? Well, we need you to come back and repeat the PET scan. Why? You have to understand the radioactive stuff that you have to drink is disgusting. You think a colonoscopy medicine is bad? Add 20 times. And I can't keep anything in my, so you can imagine, I have no stomach and I have to drink this stuff. And they said, this time we'll do it through IV and we'll do more radioactive. But we need to, Mrs. Bennett, you have cancer, right? I said, yes, sir. I have acute myeloid lymphoma, leukemia. Well, good news is not in your back and it's not in your organs. We can't find it anywhere. He said, Mrs. Bennett, we think our machine is broke. I said, I don't, but I'll do whatever you tell me to do. He said, we need you to come back because you should be glowing in your bone marrow, in your hip. And they said, you need to come back. So I went back on Thursday. I did everything. I went to the lab. The hematologist called, get your lab work. Got my lab work. Friday morning, my hematologist called me.
For non-believing hematologists.
Both my hematologists and oncologists are from other countries. So anyway, the hematologist called me and said, Mrs. Bennett, your lab work, we don't understand your lab work. He said, you had infusions last week. I said, yes, sir, because my numbers had plummeted again. So I had platelets, I had everything. He said, your lab work is normal. Everything's within normal limits. It hasn't looked like that since March. He said, the second PET scan shows nothing. He said, Mrs. Bennett, I'm not sure what to say. I said, I do. I said, sir, I don't know what your faith is, but I believe in Jesus. I said, and I have so many people praying that I know that God healed me. And he said, well, Mrs. Bennett, I don't know what else to say, but if that's what your faith believes, that is what's happened. So tomorrow I have a video conference with my hematologist oncologist. My hematologist said I'll get the oncologist on board. And they want to check me out in another 4 to 6 weeks. But he said, if we don't find anything, we're going to dismiss you.
Come on.
So I got to tell my part of the story because I just got to tell my part of the story. So,
I'm trying to call people. My husband's in a meeting all day. I can't reach him. Michelle's in school. Can't reach you. I'm calling everybody. She finally calls me back. I'm like, she goes, can I call you back? I'm in Target with Danae. I said, sure. But I've been healed. Call me.
no, she didn't say she's been here. She said, I talked to the doctor. That's all she said. So I am in Target for a few minutes to get food, and I'm with Danae. And she sends me this text, and I don't answer my phone. If I'm with you, I really try not to answer my phone. It's just rude. So I don't do it. And so, anyway, so I have my phone up, and so I get this text, and this text says, whatever, can you talk? And I said, well, I'll call you back in 45 minutes. I'll be home. And she said, well, I've been to the She said, well, I've been to the doctor. I heard from the doctor. I looked at Danae and said, I'm sorry, honey, I got to make this phone call. I got to make this phone call. So I call her up, and she tells me what she just told you, and I am telling you what. Oh, my Target will never be the same. It will never be the same. You know the terminology, it's like fire shut up in my bones. I'm telling you now, those aisles will never be the same. They will never be the same. They will never be the same. I was going crazy. I was yelling. I was running. I was screaming. I didn't know what to do. I'm leaning up against a counter. I'm walking back and forth. I am going nuts in that store. Now, come on and tell what happened with your friend. Come here. Oh, so we were at Target. Then this guy peeks over the corner and is like, well, I know him from the gym. So he thought she was completely nuts. No joke, because she's speaking in tongues too. So, this is like, and I'm sitting there and I'm crying because I don't know how to react because I'm like, oh, Lord. So I'm doing that. She starts telling everybody at Target because she can't not. So then we had to tell the guy at the gym because I see him the next day. I'm like, I got to see this guy at the gym. I don't want him to think my mom's literally nuts. So he looks at me and goes, she must have won the lottery. And I said, he did. He looks at me and I just said, it was way better than the lottery. And so I explained it to him. He goes, okay, that is way better than the lottery. So since then, I'm going to tell you this. I told every cash register person. I told every person that was walking down the aisle. Because how can you hold it in? How can you hold it in? How can you hold it in? And I told Raj, I said, I just feel like it's a fire that's so shut up in there. You can't help it. You got to tell somebody about the goodness and the nearness of the Lord. You just got to tell somebody. And so those people in Target are wanting to know when we're doing baptism again. So I'm going to tell you, I don't know what to expect, but they're ready. This area is never going to be the same.
Amen. Amen. Amen.